Hello. How you guys doing? Please stand. It's easier. Thank you very much for joining us here this morning. We're here to discuss Senate Bill 2392 relating to opioid antagonists. I think we have all seen the tremendous increase in how opioids are really affecting our communities across the country. You know, it has been a priority at the National Governors Association as we've seen this epidemic for abuse of prescribed drugs really traveling all across the country. I think all of the governors recognize that it is a huge concern in each and every community across the country. Opioid-related drug overdoses are now the leading cause of accidental death in Hawaii. Thank you so much, Senator Baker, for joining us. I'm glad you made it. Opioid-related drug overdoses are now the leading cause of accidental death in Hawaii, and I think across the country, if the statistics I remember from the National Governors Association. This bill aims to reduce drug overdoses in our state by creating immunity for healthcare professionals, pharmacists who prescribe, dispense, healthcare professionals and pharmacists who prescribe, dispense, distribute, or administer overdose reversal medications such as naloxone. This medication blocks the effects of the drugs such as heroin and oxycodone and restores breathing within 3 minutes. The bill aims to save countless lives by authorizing firefighters, police officers, lifeguards, all emergency medical technicians, family, and friends who administer this medication to anyone experiencing a drug overdose. There have been more than 10,000 overdose reversals across the country thanks to this and other medications that do similar things. It's terrific to be able to be here this morning to talk about this important problem. Senator Baker, would you like to say a few words? I'd be happy to.
Okay, thank you. Yes, bring this bill to the governor's desk this year. We tried last year and couldn't quite get it. I think we've seen recently an example of a death of a very famous person that I'm convinced had this been available when he needed it the second time, apparently, Prince would probably still be with us. But the thing that I think is so important about this is that it can be out in the community, the opioid antagonist, where it might actually be used, probably not needed as much in the EDs and the ERs as out in the community and with some of our harm reduction organizations. So, Governor, thank you very much for your willingness to put your name on our legislation. And I think you're right. It will save a lot of lives here in Hawaii. And so I'm delighted to have been part of this. Thank you.
Why don't you stay here? Carl, do you want to say a few words on behalf of drug policy?
Thank you. So on behalf of the CHOW Project, which runs the state's needle exchange, the Drug Policy Forum of Hawaii, and the Department of Health, we worked in a great collaborative manner to get this bill passed. This is a model bill. This has happened elsewhere around the country, but this bill is particularly strong in getting the overdose reversal drug into the community, both in homes and on the streets where it's most needed. So we're so appreciative of the governor for his willingness to sign this excellent piece of legislation, and Senator Baker for her leadership. So thank you.
Thank you. We can wait here. Peter?
How exciting and what an honor to be here. Let me just start with thanking Governor Ige for not only signing the bill, but having this public ceremony. I think we can really use this to help inform our community. It's one thing to have a bill, but we really got to get the information out there, and I think this is a great start. Thank you very much for agreeing to do that. And Senator Baker, thank you for your support all the way when we think of how many hearings there's been, so much input, and you've really been with us there the whole time. So thank you very much. We really appreciate, the community very much appreciates the work you put into it. Myself in the Department of Health, the thing that I found most gratifying is actually working with my colleagues in the Department of Health on this bill. It has been a totally collaborative bill. So when I see Danny and Dr. Wasserman here together, total support all the way through. And it's so important during the legislative process when there are so many bills to have that ongoing support and dealing with ongoing changes. The other thing that's been most gratifying is the community coming together around this bill. So we had some real odd fellows coming together. So we had the Chow Project, we had folks working in hepatitis, we had the Hawaii Medical Association, we had the Pharmacists Association, we had individual physicians, and of course we had Carl and the Drug Policy Forum. So people that often talk to each other but not often talk so well together as around this bill. So I'm very much hoping that we can continue to pull together because the work is just starting. Yeah. The information needs to get out there. We need to get the pharmacists on board, the physicians on board, and that's where it's going to make a difference. So thank you.
Thank you. And Senate Bill 2392 is now law as Act 68. Congratulations. Photo?
People take some photos now and see if you could.
Let's see. Should we move this out of the way? Never know.